Here we are at the merch thing, and there's an entire closet full of
secret closet
of #woke t-shirts.
Well, that was Twitter's new owner, Elon Musk, mocking a T-shirt the company made years ago in an effort to show support for its black employees and users. Twitter founder Jack Dorsey wore the shirt during a 2016 panel with civil rights activist DeRay McKesson. Some critics ridiculed him for wearing it. During the panel, Dorsey mentioned being on the ground in Ferguson for protests over the fatal police shooting of Michael Brown. In a now deleted follow-up tweet, Musk noted that the shirts came after the Ferguson protests and repeated a right-wing talking point suggesting that the protests following Brown's death were overblown. And he wrote, and I quote here, "Hands up, don't shoot was made up. The whole thing was a fiction." Now, Musk replaced a deleted tweet with a follow-up tweet containing only the link to a Department of Justice report on Brown's death. Okay, facts first here on CNN. Musk said that hands up, don't shoot was made up. The whole thing was a fiction. This needs some context.
Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up, don't shoot! Hands up!
So the phrase "hands up, don't shoot" became a national rallying cry in 2014 in solidarity with Michael Brown, who's the unarmed black teenager who some witnesses said had his hands up to surrender when he was shot and killed by a white police officer, Darren Wilson. In 2015, the Justice Department cast doubt on the hands up account, concluding in a report that Wilson shot Brown multiple times only as Brown was moving toward the officer. This is what Musk is referencing in his tweets. The DOJ did not find grounds to charge the officer, but in a separate report released the same day, it did find evidence of systematic racial discrimination in Ferguson at the hands of the city's police department and municipal court. Now, the DOJ, in its scathing report, pointed to the statistics for proof. Black people in Ferguson are twice as likely to be searched during vehicle stops than whites, though white people were found to have contraband at a higher rate than black people. At least 85% of those pulled over, ticketed, or arrested for traffic violations were black, and the Justice Department said it was money, not public safety, that the department and the city focused on, and black citizens paid the highest price. So remember, hands up, don't shoot. After Ferguson became a nationwide protest symbol for police mistreatment of minorities, it was about more than the shooting of Michael Brown. It was about the pattern of police shootings and brutality in this country. And #StayWoke, which Musk mocked, was how Twitter called out racial injustice, how they wanted to call out racial injustice.
Tesla's market value has taken a huge hit this year. Around this time a year ago, the company's value was around $1.2 trillion. By the end of the day yesterday, it sat at $580 billion. Those numbers are from Forbes, and that's, do the math, more than a $600 billion decline. To put this loss into perspective, and it's not like a paper loss, but you know what we're talking about, the share price here. Disney is currently worth about $180 billion, Nike around $167 billion, Starbucks $114 billion. Let's bring in our friend Peter Shankman. He is a futurist at the marketing company Blue Shark Digital. It's good to have you here.
Good to be here.
Obviously, I don't know how I got through that intro without saying Elon Musk.
Shouldn't Elon Musk be paying attention to
Has
Tesla?
he been preoccupied with another T company?
I'm trying to run one company on my own. He's running, what, 4 right now? There are several issues at play here. The first one, from a fiduciary standpoint, is if you are spending all your time creating memes, right, and arguing with politicians publicly, you're not running your businesses. So from a Tesla standpoint, yeah, if I were a shareholder,
They had him on the stand. The shareholders had him on the stand in this trial last week because they're mad.
They are, and look, it's hard to prove that he's not working for Tesla, but what they can say is, hey, you stole engineers from Tesla to bring them into Twitter. That's a problem. If he were smart, Tesla's way overvalued. It's been way overvalued for a long time. There's no question about that. But if he was smart, he'd say, okay, it's overvalued, it's gonna drop, let me just be quiet for a while. And he'd let it go, and he'd come out on the other side. He's not doing that. He's doing everything possible to draw more attention to himself.
What was your analogy when we talked about this in the break, you said?
So I have a dog. His name is Waffle. He's 2 years old.
Hey, Waffle.
Right, he's the dog I told my daughter I'd never get. So every time he does something stupid, he steals a steak off the table, whatever, he goes and eats it, and he looks at me. I'm like, oh, who stole the steak? And he, hello. Right?
Yeah.
It's like if he didn't look at me and he's like, oh, don't know, not me. Maybe I wouldn't pay attention to it and we'd move on. Yeah. Same thing with Tesla and Twitter. He's not giving anyone a chance to forget about him for a little bit.
What is it with these guys? I'm sorry.
No,
what is
go,
it with
go.
these guys? Why They can't help
They've never
themselves.
been told no.
It's always
on.
guys,
Okay.
too,
They've never
by
been
the
told
way.
no.
Yeah.
They've surrounded themselves with people who have always yesed them. And so all of a sudden, people are arguing with him or making a fool of him. I mean, he's the #1 joke on Reddit right now, right? So and he can't handle that. That's not okay. So what does he do? He gets back. Let me buy Twitter, and then I can have my platform to say whatever I want. But he doesn't realize that this is drastically affecting his other business.
He's also $44 billion, not as rich.
Exactly.
Oh, 'cause- right.
Well, a billion
But
here, a billion there, and it adds up to real money.
I am hesitant to underestimate Elon Musk just because of what he has done. So we'll see. But right now, it doesn't look good. However, an interesting point about that $44 billion, it wasn't all his money. There are a lot of
No.
lenders here. And as I understand it, the debt to finance this is backed up by Tesla.
Yeah.
So Tesla could take an even bigger hit if this goes under.
Well, his shares in Tesla. I mean, he's already sold an additional $3 billion. There's more coming. So yeah, when everything's linked that closely, I wouldn't want to invest in something linked that closely to other things and to him not being quiet. Because again, it stops being about the company and it starts being about him. And you can't continually have a good company when it's only about one person.